Listen up, maggots. I'm here to teach you some uh fucking movement today. You could see I have my fancy schmancy keyboard input uh recorder thing, so you can see every single little one of my goddamn movements, like you're the FBI. But anyway, to start out, um, I'm going to introduce you to a little thing called ear strafing. Ear strafing is really useful because it allows you to turn in the air. Wow. Fucking incredible. Okay. To perform an air strafe, you hold a strafe key or your left stick and push it all the way to one direction or the other. So I'm pressing A or D. A or D. And then you also, when doing an air strafe, have to move your mouse or the way your character is looking in left or right in accordance to A or D, depending on the direction you want to turn. Um, so, yeah. You can't see it right now, but I'm moving my mouse. I don't know if it wasn't obvious because my crosshair is moving on my screen. Yeah, that's crazy, right? Um, but basically, how to practice this shit is I am going to land here and somewhere over there by air strafing. I'm going to jump straight off of this. See how I went over here? That is literally me turning midair, building up speed, and landing there. Now, I'll do it on the right. There you go. That is what air strafing is. Do not turn too fast, because if you turn too fast, you'll oversteer and look like a geriatric on steroids. And then you won't gain any speed, because I don't think geriatrics are that fast. Look at that. You don't want to do that. Turn slowly, like you're drawing a fucking painting. Like this shit. Look at that. Beautiful. If you get advanced enough, maybe eventually you'll be able to, well, definitely you'll be able to swap directions mid-air. Like this. That should be your goal. Swapping directions. Because that leads us into our next thing. Slide hopping. This is literally known by literally everyone in the community, in the Titanfall 2 movement community. Everybody knows what this is. Everybody in Apex knows what this is. It is a useful tech that you'll probably fucking see everywhere. But how to do a slide hop is, I have hold the crouch on, so you can see me press down control. That is my crouch button. I recommend you have it the same way, because if you don't, you'll end up looking like this. Let me see. That's how you did it in 2016 without a guide. You don't want that. Instead, I have my crouch bound to control, and it's on hold to crouch. Make sure it's on hold to crouch. I have auto sprint on because sprinting is for nerds. But yeah, that's besides the point. Slide hopping is literally crouching, like crouching and then jumping while you crouch. Every time you hit the ground, you jump as soon as you can. See how my crosshair bounces up? When it goes inward, that means you touch the ground. When it goes out like that, that means you're in the air. This is only with certain SMGs, certain pistols, certain weapons in this game. If I pull out the wingman, it's even more prevalent. Look at that. Crouch, jump, crouch, jump. Okay, now to go forward. If you do it well enough, you'll be able to maintain enough speed. I got over here, but that's only without pressing any of my movement inputs. Never press W when slide hopping. Doing that will kill your speed and prevent you from turning at all. You'll look like a goddamn CSGO surf player playing W only, for fuck's sake. Look at that shit. You'll only be air strafing to the front, which, you know, is, I guess, kind of useful in certain scenarios, but I never would want that. Anyway, that's slide hopping. Now to combine slide hopping with air strafing. So, notice when I air strafe left, I build up speed. Or, this is right, not left. I'm a fucking idiot. When I air strafe right, I build up speed. When I air strafe left, I build up speed. And I'm literally just swapping between A and D, moving my mouse left or right slowly. This is how I get around the map. Combining air strafing and slide hopping is imperative to learn how to do it. Don't mind the crazy shit I'm doing right now. This is what air strafing and slide hopping at the same time is supposed to look like. Notice my crosshair. Every time I hit the ground, I jump. I listen for the sound of me hitting the ground visually and jump immediately. Eventually this will just become muscle memory to be able to do this literally flawlessly. Little tip that nobody likes to talk about. Don't do this too often, but if you double jump, you have more time to air strafe, which means you gain speed a lot faster. And a lot safer, because you spend less time hitting the ground, which means more time air strafing. Now that you've combined those two, it is time to teach you Stra Flurge. Soon I will show you my really advanced tactical analysis aider thing. And it's really sophisticated technology, like really. But that's besides the point right now. If I kill myself and swap to Stim, this is probably the best way to show you. Okay. So, I'm going to introduce you to Stra Flurge. Stra Flurge is a thing that happens after like 0.5 seconds of you jumping. That was a Stra Flurge. When I press a strafe key after jumping and moving forward, 0.5 seconds after I move forward, basically, or 0.5 seconds after I leave the ground, I go diagonally. You can see how this presents a problem, because if I'm doing this, look how fast that kills my speed. Look at that shit. I mean, I could just gain it back with slide hopping, but it's all janky. That is what Stra Flurge is. You can use Stra Flurge to your advantage, though. Or you can just counteract it entirely. I'm going to teach you both. How you counteract Stra Flurge is by pressing A and D. Look at that. I'm not even fucking moving. A and D at the same time in this game prevents you from moving at all. Look at that. I'm not moving side to side unless I want to. That is the premise of anti-lurch tech, or no lurch. you can use no lurch every single time you jump. I'm pressing A or D every time I double jump. Every time I swap directions, I usually hold A or D. Notice how I'm tapping D or A every time I jump. Press the opposite strafe key of what you are holding. Sometimes I do this for every jump if I'm not sure if I want to swap directions or not. That's perfectly fine. I don't really think that does anything, but it might be a bad habit, so I'd refrain from doing that. I'd say probably the best way to practice this is just slide hopping around Blackwater on the road like this. It helps you a lot. You can do it off of walls too. When I mount walls, I often hold W, A, and D. I don't think that's a good idea necessarily. And you probably shouldn't do that. I was told that that's not a good thing to do. But I do it anyways because it doesn't seem to impact anything. So yeah. But now I'm going to teach you how to tap strafe. Remember how earlier I was showing you how Stra Flurge works? Tapping that or that. Okay. Time to show you my sophisticated tech. Okay. Look at the shit. Hopefully it's showing you it. But this is you, and this is the bad guy, okay? The bad guy, he's up here. Wait, what? Whoops. Whoopsies. Wrong layer. The bad guy, bad man, as he is coined by his superiors, is up here on the ridge with his fucking Spitfire because he's an asshole. Okay, why didn't you move? You're supposed to be doing that, not being a rebel, motherfucker. Okay. This is you. Look at you. You're a fucking hero, okay? You're gonna take down this goddamn Spitfire tryhard and send him back to COD. Watch this shit. Okay, so pretend that this thing is a wall, right? And you are behind the wall, facing horizontally out. So you're facing towards, like, the camera, basically. You can mount the wall runner along it, and as soon as you reach the end of the wall, you could turn around immediately. That motherfucker, he expects you to just fly off the wall and run around the ground, and he'll just murder you like that. But imagine you being the awesome motherfucker that you are, turn around the wall, jump off, do all sorts of bullshit, punch him in the face, and he just dies. Like, boom, there you go. He's fucking dead. He can't do anything. Um, Turning around the wall like this is tap strafing, basically. That's the premise of it. There's another thing that you can do with tap strafing. If you're moving really, really fast, right, the Spitfire dude is just blasting you, you could just do the pew 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 and then punch him in the fucking dick. That's what tap strafing is. You can move erratically, I think twice. You can turn twice if you save your double jump. So if you're slide hopping on the ground, you can tap strafe once, and then after your second jump, you could tap strafe again. And there you go. That's how you be erratic. Like, wow, holy shit, that's insane. So, I'm going to show you how to tap strafe now. It's really, really, really fucking stupid, but really fun. So what you do is basically mount a wall, or just jump, basically. And after you jump, you press a strafe key, either A or D, and mash W, like 0.5 seconds after you jump, or within 0.5 seconds of your last jump. So watch this. Look at that. Okay. I need more speed to show you. Look at that. jumping forward and I'm making a 90-degree turn. That is what tap strafing is. You can do it off of walls, but it has to be after a jump. You can't do no lurch tech. You can use it to scare the fuck out of basically everybody you're going for. You can use it as a ways to aim. Like, look at that. If you do it right, you can basically turn around. Because S, you can do it with S as well. Look at that. Insane, right? I just did like a 180 turn. That is what tap strafing is. Watch my movement slowly. I urge you to replay it. Because you can see my mouse, my keyboard inputs. You should also turn your mouse to the direction you want to face more often than not, but you don't need to. Because you can just do this. Like, pretend a dude's right here, standing on top of that like a brazen motherfucker he is. Look at this shit. Just pow, pow. He's dead. He can't do anything, because he's all like, oh, he's gonna go straight. But you go this way, and he's like, oh shit, he went that way. And then you go this way, and then he's like, oh fuck. That's what tap strafing is about. You can turn corners really tight with it. Look at that shit. Pew pew. Pew pew pew. Pew. Pew pew. Oh, what? Okay. Time to move on to more advanced shit. This is shit that you don't necessarily need to learn. But it's good anyway. I am going to swap to grapple. And I am going to teach you how to do a grapple fling. So, also, quick side note, don't hold W when you're slide hopping. I don't know if I said that already, but just don't. You'll piss me off. Anyways, I am going to fling off of this high point. This is what a good grapple fling should look like. Look at the height I get. Look at the speed I get. You want that kind of speed, you want that kind of height out of a grapple fling when you do what I do. Basically, what you do is you do the funny, you look for a high point usually. You could just find like a point even down here and fling off of it. You jump and grapple at the same time, and I think what I do, I hold W away from where I'm flinging, and as I go more towards my grapple, I press a strafe key and like sort of shift myself into the grapple. So I'm sort of moving above my target as well, like if you can see my mouse movements. I look away from my target. I'm trying to make a circular motion in the air. Getting a good fling requires really in-depth game sense. Make sure you do grapple flings with only one jump as opposed to two, because if you waste your double jump, you get less distance. See, I double jumped there, and that wasn't good distance. That literally got me nowhere. But if I don't double jump, if I do the jump right there, instead of landing like grandma's house, I can land in a mansion or something, you know. Jesus fuck. Alright. There's other sorts of grapple techniques that you can use. These are only stylish. There's the tornado bullshit, which is literally useless, and whoever tells you to do this can go fuck themselves. And that gets you nowhere, but it's stylish as fuck. I recommend a good place to practice this would be on Angel City. If you watch one of my YouTube videos, you can see me doing a funny Grapple Fling challenge, and that is the exact thing I use to get good at Grapple Flinging. That is how you get good at Grapple Flinging. There is also damage boosting, which I can't really show you. But pretend I have 500% health, and I won't kill myself with a Fire Star immediately by placing it on my feet. So my Grav Star, if it could come back a little faster than it fucking is, if I slide into it and go in front of it, like as soon as it explodes, basically, like I have to be practically inside of it, but in front of it, it'll push you. It'll do like 75% of your fucking health, which is a drawback. But it's still a damage boost nonetheless, and it gives you some speed. Like, if I did not die there, you know, if I wasn't on 25% health, that would have been a good demonstration. But Gravstar boosting nowadays is kind of useless. I wouldn't do it if I were you, because it wastes a fucking ordnance, and you don't want to fuck that up. Don't depend on damage boosts for movement. It's not good. For building up speed, what I do is the next topic. I'm gonna kill myself and swap back to Stam Firestar. Boom. Okay. Time to introduce to you the ultimate speedrun tactic. This took me a while to learn, and the best way to learn it is probably by doing Gauntlet. Try and beat G Sager's time, or Game Sager's time, and then dip your toes into even faster shit. But essentially what a wall kick is a frame-perfect jump off of a wall within 5 frames or so. People say it's frames. It's sort of tick-based, not frame-based, but frames is the easiest way to explain it. What was I saying? I don't want to give you the wrong idea here. Fuck. You basically approach a wall at a small angle. Like, this angle is too much to approach it at. This angle is good. This angle is okay. This angle is sort of eh. But essentially what you can do is, if you have enough speed, you can do a frame-perfect jump off of a wall, and notice how much speed that gives me. It's literally a frame-perfect jump. So I'm touching the wall and leaving it basically as soon as I touch it. You notice how me jumping off a wall gives me a little bit more speed than what I was wall running at? That is the premise of a wall kick, is you gain speed. See how I gain speed there? That is what a wall kick is supposed to do. That is how you see them speedrunners on these goddamn maps, like, fly around at Mach 5, is by wall kicking. And people are gonna say, oh hey, like this tech is fucking easy. It's important to understand that there are 3 types of wall kicks: 5 frame, 3 frame, and 1 frame wall kicks. 5 frame happens within 5 frames, 3 frame happens within 3 frames, and 1 frame happens within 1 frame of you hitting the wall and jumping off of it. So 5 frames give you little to no speed boost. It's sort of like a wall jump rather than like a wall kick. And you don't want to do that. You don't want to aim for 5 frames. 5 frames are okay. 3 frames are where it's at. 3 frames give you the most speed. 1 frame, actually, scratch that. 3 frames don't give you the most speed, but they're the most reliable. 1 frames give you insane amounts of speed, like 10 kilometers per hour each, basically. But they're hard to hit. I wouldn't aim for hitting those. Doing a wall kick requires lots of muscle memory, and knowledge of map surfaces, walls, and shit. So, go on Gauntlet, go on the maps, and just move around, like I'm doing right now. That was a wall kick. 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 See how much speed I gained? See how much speed I've maintained? That is speedrunner strats. And finally, for the more important shit that you're probably not going to want to learn, crouch kicking. It's important to understand what end boosts are first, and I completely forgot to cover that. But end boost is basically when you leave a wall, like forced or non-forced. So if I leave, like if I jump off there, you can see that it sort of pushes me off. You can use that to your advantage. As soon as that pushes you off, you can jump and you can gain speed with that. That is an end boost. There's also end boosts like after you're done wall running. So when it tries to push you off the wall, you can just jump, and when it pushes you off the wall, you go further. Like that. There's also forced end boosts. But what I'm going to cover is CFEBs, or crouch forced end boosts. And see, crouching kicks you off the wall. It kicks you off the wall. Look at that. It kicks you off the wall. You can bounce off the wall with crouches as well. That's called a wall bump. And that is okay, you know, if you want to like stick low. Or if you're like in an area you just want to not wall kick in or wall run on. Just crouch. It will kick you off the wall immediately. But what we are going to cover is CFEBs. Crouch forced end boosts are literally crouching and jumping at the same time off of a wall. That was a CFEB. If you heard my jump jets, you can tell that that was a CFEB because the jump jets disappeared. They literally did not make a noise at the end there. Like that. Usually, if it was a normal jump, you'd hear a hum. Like that. Like an airy hum. Like a whistle almost. But that's a crouch forced end boost. Now, to combine that with crouch kicking. Crouch kicking is in the same essence as it's literally a CFEB combined with a wall kick. Since you can mount and dismount a wall frame perfect, and that'll give you speed, and CFEBs can give you speed. Imagine what a CFEB wall kick can do. That is what a crouch kick is. So if I approach a wall really quickly, like this wall here, that was a crouch kick. You can tell because it didn't make the jump jet noise. That's another crouch kick. That wasn't a crouch kick, that was a fucked up crouch kick. That was a normal wall kick. Press, crouch, and jump at the same time as soon as you hit the wall. That will result in a crouch kick. These are not really useful for multiplayer because they're extremely inconsistent. But a way to gain more consistency is by binding your crouch to another button as well. I have it bound to V, you can bind it to C, you can bind it to V. But I have mine on V. And that allows me to overlay my thumb on the button. And you see how much speed that could give me? That is what a crouch kick is. Insane, right? I have literally taught you everything I know in this guide. I even included a funny drawing of Stickman, which was so generously donated to me by myself on Ibis Paint 40 minutes ago. But yeah. Practice, practice, practice. I don't recommend learning everything at once. Take things incrementally and master things. Make tests for yourself. Make routes for yourself. Try slide hopping over objects, buildings. Try crouch kicking in small areas. Try crouch kicking on objects that you didn't even know you could wall run on. Thin objects. Make sure you air strafe into a crouch kick or a wall kick to get a better angle. You can air strafe off of walls to gain speed. All sorts of shit that you, as a player, should just discover on your own. Because, for fuck's sake, everybody is literally capable of doing what I do, what people do. I'm not the best at this game, I'm not the worst, but maybe this will come to some help to somebody, maybe my friends. I don't know. You see all my movements right now. C-Feb. Crouch kick. Crouch kick. Crouch kick. The only reason I'm able to hit these is because I'm in a private match and I have crouch kick fix, which is a mod for speedrunners. Speedrun Eagle, you can use it. I'm not trying to get this video longer. I'm just moving around, just displaying what all of this shit can look like if you master it. This is how I move. Look at that. That is the end of this long-ass video. I hope you watch the entire video in its entirety because I'm super sad and I want to go to bed again. So, have a good day, people. I'm not used to posting shit on YouTube with my voice in it, but I hope this guide helps you. Have a good time playing the funny game. Wow, look at that.